A former women's champion sends a heartfelt message to Seth Rollins. Corey Graves comments on a current Raw superstar. And a former WWE superstar thanks Vince McMahon and WWE more than a year after his release. What's up, everyone? I'm Jose G, and there's a lot to talk about in today's Sportskeeda Wrestling WWE News Roundup. Never miss brand new content by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. A former women's champion sends a heartfelt message to Seth Rollins. Bayley had a sweet reaction to Seth Rollins dropping a message on her Instagram live stream. The former SmackDown Women's Champion recently had an Instagram live session with fans and had various big names as guests, including Hall of Famer Stone Cold Steve Austin. Bayley was checking out fan comments on her live stream when she noticed a familiar face. Raw superstar Seth Rollins chimed in with an amusing message for Bayley. The role model couldn't control her laughter over the same and proceeded to send a heartfelt message to Rollins. Bayley stated that she misses Rollins and also heaped praise on him. Bayley and Seth Rollins are pretty close outside the squared circle. Both superstars have been with WWE for about a decade now. Seth Rollins was a special guest on Bayley's Ding Dong Hello talk show earlier this year. The two heels gelled quite well and were having a blast, but Cesaro's surprise attack ruined things for them pretty quickly. Bayley is currently out of action due to a knee injury. The role model recently revealed that she's doing well, but refused to disclose her return date. Naomi set to make a special appearance on a popular talk show. SmackDown superstar Naomi will appear on the Wendy Williams show on December 13th. For the past few weeks, Naomi has been feuding with on-screen WWE authority figure Sonya Deville. The top SmackDown star even had a match against Deville this past Friday and was backed up by the debuting Xia Li against the trio of Deville, Natalya, and Shayna Baszler. On the latest episode of SmackDown, Naomi and Sonya Deville finally crossed paths in the ring. During their match, Deville made Natalya and Shayna Baszler the special guest enforcer and timekeeper respectively. It seemed like Deville and Naomi would settle their differences in the ring. However, Deville had everything planned out beforehand and almost got the upper hand over Naomi. However, Naomi was saved by Xia Li, who made a surprise debut. Later, Naomi reacted to Li's entrance on Twitter. Going forward, Naomi is expected to team up with Li and could feud with Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler, and Natalya on SmackDown. Corey Graves comments on a current Raw superstar. Corey Graves believes that Kevin Owens rarely, if ever, has bad matches following the ex-Universal Champion Steel Cage match on Raw. Last week's Raw kicked off with a Steel Cage match between WWE Champion Big E and Owens. The two battled it out in a hard-hitting match where Seth Rollins also got involved, closing the door to the cage to continue the carnage in the ring. Big E eventually crawled out to get the win. While discussing the aforementioned match on his After the Bell podcast, Graves said Owens delivers every time in the ring. He believes the steel cage match was the best way to start Raw last week. It's no secret that Kevin Owens' WWE contract is set to expire soon, and the latest update is not good news for KO fans. A recent report indicated that Owens will leave WWE, and the reason that he's in the WWE Championship match on day one is to take the pin and make Rollins look strong. Owens and Sami Zayn's contract will expire soon. The two getting more TV time could be a way to keep them happy and give them a reason to re-sign with WWE. Sonya Deville reveals why she's not eager to make her in-ring return. The last time Sonya Deville wrestled an actual match for WWE was at SummerSlam 2020. She lost to her real-life best friend Mandy Rose and took a long hiatus before returning as an on-screen authority figure, a role that she has held onto ever since. Deville has finally revealed why she isn't eager to return to the ring. Speaking to PopCulture.com, Sonya Deville addressed talks about her in-ring return. The Pride Fighter said that she didn't feel stagnant in her role and teased something exciting in the future. She also revealed that her passion for acting and performing has helped her stay where she is and that she has no rush to make an in-ring return. Sonya Deville and Naomi have been feuding on SmackDown for months now. Deville has been the heel authority figure who has been depriving the former women's champion a fair opportunity to compete in the blue brand. While some fans have criticized the storylines, others have felt that it has given Naomi much needed screen time. As of this report, We aren't sure when Sonya Deville will make her formal return as a competing superstar, but we imagine that her match against Naomi will be what ends her role as an authority figure in WWE. Former superstar thanks Vince McMahon and WWE for helping him carry independent wrestling in 2021. Vince McMahon has made several decisions since 2020 which saw many superstars being let go by the company. In the early batches of releases, Matt Cardona, formerly known as Zack Ryder, was cut from the promotion after a decade-and-a-half long tenure. He has now paid tribute to Vince McMahon in an unconventional way on Twitter. Over the weekend on Twitter, he thanked Vince McMahon and WWE for giving him the tools and strength to carry independent wrestling in 2021. It comes only a few days after Cardona declared Vince McMahon's company as his version of developmental. The former Intercontinental Champion has been one of the hottest stars in wrestling in 2021, and nobody would have expected this sudden rise in the independent wrestling scene. WWE normally isn't interested in citing 36-plus-year-old superstars unless they've made an actual buzz about themselves outside the company. Cardona seems to be doing exactly that, but with his recent WWE was my developmental comment, it seemed like it's more of a matter of whether Cardona would ever want to re-sign with the company. From the look of things, Cardona is glad that Vince McMahon released him, as it opens door for him to grow as a performer. However, the difference between now and a few years before is that WWE isn't necessarily the dream destination for every wrestler. Cardona's stock will likely keep growing in the independent wrestling scene until then. Thanks for watching today's Sportskeeda Wrestling WWE News Roundup. For exclusive content that you never want to miss, you gotta subscribe to our YouTube channel and smash that notification bell so you never miss whenever we drop brand new content. Follow us on all social media and download the Sportskeeda app for the most up-to-date stories in the world of wrestling.